All right, well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our third episode of the CPP Community Cast. I am your host today, Brian Taylor. I'll give it off to my team.
Hi, my name is Miguel Urrutia. Nice to meet everyone again.
Hi, my name is Andrea Andy Handy, and I'm a learning and development consultant.
And my name is Jesus Avalos, and I too am a learning and development consultant.
I guess I should say who I am then. I'm a talent advisor.
Wondering.
I'm a talent advisor in talent acquisition and diversity outreach. All right, and I know, Miguel, you have the question of the day today, so I'll hand it off to you.
Alrighty. Well, what is the one thing you've done, seen, eaten, etc., that turned out to be really good, even though you initially didn't expect it to be?
Oh,
That's a
good question.
yeah. So give that to me again. Miguel. So what was it?
So it was, what is one thing you've done, seen, eaten, etc., that turned out to be really good, even though you initially didn't expect it to be?
Could that be a TV show too?
It could be anything. Yeah.
You got one, Andy?
I do.
Okay.
And I'm a little bit embarrassed about it, so please, no judgment. But for a long time, everybody was talking about the show, The Tiger King. And I was so against it because I saw the previews and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to watch this. This is awful. And so finally, an episode was on at a friend's house. And I watched it literally 15 minutes in. I was stuck. Like I had to keep watching it. And it was still like awful, but it was amazing awful. So that was one thing that I didn't expect to be good at all. And I actually enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it, but I also felt a little bit bad for some of the people involved. So yeah.
Hashtag guilty pleasure.
Hashtag, what was it? Hey, you cats and kittens.
Yeah, hey, cats and kittens. That's always my greeting to people. So yeah, I do love Tiger King as well, actually. That was, I don't know how guilty a pleasure that was, but I'm going to go ahead and now share mine. And mine is lomo saltado. So if you don't know what lomo saltado is, well, first of all, let me give you some background. I've got the palate of a 5-year-old, so I'm very simple in what I eat, right? I'm very, very simple. I'm not very adventurous as an eater. And a friend of mine wanted to take me over to have lunch at a Peruvian restaurant. And I'd never had Peruvian food. And so I said, I don't know if I'm going to like this. And there was something on the menu called lomo saltado, which is basically sauteed either beef or chicken and sauteed French fries, which I thought, what? With onions and different things with a side of rice, white rice, and a green sauce that you can put on the rice. And man, it was amazing. So they have lomo saltado and also pollo saltado, which is the chicken version of it. And sauteed French fries with the sauce and either the beef or the chicken. If you ever get a chance to go down to either a Peruvian restaurant or just if you get a chance to have lomo saltado, by all means. And Miski near campus is amazing as well.
Oh, I'm in. I'm so in. We could film our next podcast there if you guys are open to it. I'm hungry.
Yes.
I've actually had that. I think about 2 weeks ago, I tried it for the first time with my friend from Miski.
Oh, yes. So
yeah, it was so good.
Miski. We are not being compensated for this. So
this is an ad if you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
I think something that I've tried recently, I found out that I wasn't allergic to seafood. Well, I'm still allergic to shellfish, but I've been in the process of trying a lot of different fishes. And that's been a really exciting process for my whole life since I was maybe about 12. I didn't think I could eat seafood. So it's been a point of exploration for me. I've tried scallops. I've tried a number of different fish, tried squid, calamari. So it's been a fun experience, not one that I knew I would enjoy, but you know, I'm still here. I didn't have to use my EpiPen. So I think that was the best part of it.
Like jumping out of an airplane, you're gonna try like trout or something?
Yeah, actually, I've jumped out of an airplane. So,
but have you jumped out of an airplane eating trout? That's the question.
I think trout was more scary to me than jumping out of airplanes.
I know. I could only imagine eating it with your EpiPen on the table. That's so scary.
Imagine how scary it was for the trout jumping out of the airplane with you. That's scary.
Looking from all perspectives, it's great job.
All right. Well, thank you guys for sharing today. You know, it's really good to try new things, and sometimes we may not know that we're going to enjoy them and then really end up enjoying them. So thank you guys for sharing. Today, we're going to transition into our interview. We have a guest from our farm store today. So we actually have the supervisor of the farm store. So we're going to be asking her a few questions, kind of diving into what the purpose of the farm store is, and then just getting a little bit more info about some of their top 5 products and then how they affect the community. So I'll hand it off to you, Jesus, as you introduce Don.
Yeah. So Don, welcome to the CPP Community Cast. Thank you so much for joining us. We're very appreciative to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for asking me.
No, thank you. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it, because we all want to find out more about the farm store, and all of our viewers and listeners do as well. So I think we'll start off with just the general question of, what is the mission of the farm store?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know if there was ever a mission written on a piece of paper, but I can tell you what I feel the mission is. You know, our number one thing here is our students. So all of my employees are students, and in management team, everybody is an alum but one. So we've kept it all in the farm store family.
Mhm.
If I could go back to the man who kind of did all of this, was Dan Hostetler. He used to be one of the chairs of the ag department. From what I understood, they wanted to bring everything to one central location instead of having it all over the campus. They wanted to have a central location. And so the store was a place where they would sell the meat, and they would sell eggs, and they would sell the pumpkins, and they would sell everything that was being manufactured on campus. Now, we don't manufacture meat anymore, and we don't do eggs. There's a lot of things that we just don't do that they've done in the past. So the mission was basically to bring everything together here so that you could do a one-stop shop and really highlight the produce that is growing here on campus, and our students, and, you know, everybody who shops here really gets in conversations with our students. They just love that we're a nonprofit, and that we are basically here to serve the community of Cal Poly Pomona, and also the community at large.
And you mentioned some of the things that the farm store doesn't have anymore, like the meat and the eggs. But I know that you have, and we all know that, for those of us that have visited the farm store, that you have an amazing array of products. There's one that I've had before that is addictive. And please tell me what it is. They're like little puffs, but they're like,
Okay, so I'm in the store now, and what you are talking about is
yes,
this. Well, all we have right now, the churro nuggets
it is
are what we-
amazing. Oh, if you got that, actually should have been, actually I was expecting it to be good, but that is amazing. Yes,
We also
those are
have
the ones.
golden caramel. So yeah, once you open a bag of this, you're screwed. You're gonna eat the whole dang bag. So we don't do that. So some of our top sellers here, this is one of our number one, and that's our orange juice that we juice about 4 or 5 times a week. We use our Cal Poly oranges. There's nothing added to it, so that's why it's separated. And you know, when the oranges are the juicy best, which they are right now, you just can't beat this orange juice. So interesting enough, this is the only thing that we really manufacture here in the store is our orange juice. Just as I scan, another big thing we sell is our bottled milk, which is coming out of Rosa dairy, and these little cute bottles. We sell a lot of them because people love cute, but we have strawberry, and we have chocolate, and we have whole, and so we sell a lot of the bottled milk. Another thing that we sell a lot of is our honey. So this is our You Feel honey. You can bring in your own jar, or you can buy a jar for $1 and fill it. We have the Cal Poly honey that's done by our Cal Poly bees. And then we have honey that's coming out of Temecula. So we have 2 local honeys. Another very big seller is our You Grind peanut butter. Of course, now we grind it because of COVID. We now grind it and package it ourselves. We have the honey roasted peanut butter. which is delicious. And we also have the almond butter. The nice thing about the almond butter is there's nothing added to it. It's just almonds. As you shop in the store, you'll find a lot of items that have our logo on them. We sell so much of jams and jellies and pickles and relishes. And interesting enough, this is a huge seller, these mild pickled eggs. I don't know.
Wow.
Got spicy. And then you look at all of our cheese dips, and then you go into all of our salsas. This is all private labeled for us. And the companies that we choose do a really good job for us. So we sell a lot of this stuff. It's wonderful. Everything that's on it it's just really good. Another company that we use that's local, let me come back over here, is Old Town Baking Company. So as you can tell, our rack is a little bit empty. We get loads in on Mondays and Fridays. This is a local bakery, and they do an incredible job on their breads. All their breads, there's no preservatives. If you read what's in it, you can actually understand it. We have the sweet breads, and then we have the savory breads. And our bread sales have just gone off the charts due to the COVID vaccines across the street, which are slowing down, which makes us really sad. Unfortunately, I don't have any Cal Poly produce. Well, I got a little bit out. We don't have our table set up because my crew doesn't get here till 9. But this is just a little bit of what the produce that we have right now. Unfortunately, everything's not really pretty because the team's coming in to get everything pretty. Our oranges right now are off the chart good. And then we have our avocados, but the store has all sorts of, if you've never been, I really encourage you to come. We have pasta up. I have found the most amazing pasta companies lately. It's Black and White. I mean, they're just wonderful, wonderful pastas that there's gluten-free. We've got it all here. Another thing is we use another company by the name of Stonewall Kitchen, which is one of my favorite companies coming out of New York City. And they just do wonderful, wonderful things. We have our private label pasta sauce, which is great. And then also honey. Not only do we have our Cal Poly honey, but we also have honey that we buy. This is coming out of Idaho. It's spun honey. And we will be getting Cal Poly spun honey soon. And we have our peanut butters. And then we have all the different flavors of the Temecula honey. Honey's huge, man. We sell a lot of honey. Interesting with the pandemic, what has gone off the charts is pickle sales, because everybody's at home making their own sandwiches. So the pickle companies have done really, really well. So as you can kind of see, the store is just full of wonderful. Another fantastic company, if you're into soups, is Frontier Soups. Their products is clean. You read the ingredients and you're like, yep, that's what I want. So another fantastic. So we have all sorts of fun stuff. I have a great time here. Let me tell you, I love what I do. I love my job, and I love that I get to spend a bunch of money just to get all this wonderful, good stuff in here for you guys. So that's kind of also interesting enough, we sell a lot of mugs. So I have lots of really super cute mugs with super cute sayings. So for Mother's Day, for friendship, for grandmothers, we just sell a lot of mugs. I also have, gifty, fun little ideas. Turn on these lights. So you can kind of see, I go to the gift show in Las Vegas, and I just we have hand lotions, we have stuff for weddings. And then just really awesome soap. I really love awesome soap. So we're into the soaps. And then just little trinkets and stuff that people can just come in and pick up. I'm always on the lookout for something. Another wonderful thing is our wine. We have our 2 Horse Hill wines that are for sale right now. So that's super exciting. And we sell a lot of wine. People have been very supportive of that program. So as you can kind of just see, I sell a lot of socks too. So I'm always looking for fun interesting, like, you know, just really fun socks for everybody. Just something you can pick up, because we do have students that shop here, some who cannot leave campus because they don't have a car. And so then we have lots of fun chips, and we have our cute little candy section. I try to find, you know, old fashioned type candies, and we sell a lot of big hunks and Abba Zabbas. I don't know. Terrible.
Have you
for
had
your
big
teeth,
hunks and
but-
Abba Zabbas, Dawn?
Pardon?
Have you had big hunks and Abba Zabbas? 'Cause
Well, I have, but dang, man, they're hard on your teeth. You know what I'm saying? The older you get. Another thing that okay, awesome. Thank you. Another thing is we sell a lot of honey sticks. So I actually have a whole bunch I need to bring out. So these are coming out of Idaho, our honey sticks. So we just have, you know, just a little bit for everybody. We love the store, the decorating. I took over the store 13 years ago. It was in pretty bad shape. The walls were just white. There was no decorations at all. To be honest with you, it was a mess. So I figured, you know what? I need to turn this into, I had them, you know, we painted everything. We made the cooler into a barn, and just really had a fun time with people. We also will be starting up, hopefully, our deli counter. They're fixing it today. We'll be back up with our deli sandwiches, hopefully next week. And those sandwiches are made from, let me switch that around. They come from our baking company. So they make our sandwiches, which is great for me, because then I don't have to deal with the health department.
And I was going to ask you about that, because I remember I'd seen the deli counter before. So actually that leads me into a question, and this is one that might be out of left field. So feel free to take some time to think about it. But if you had somebody that was going to be going on a picnic, and they came to you and said, "Hey, Don, what do you think I should take for my picnic? Do you have any recommendations? What would be like the perfect picnic menu, farm store menu for somebody?"
Oh, gosh, yeah. Well, we have our wine. And
Okay.
then I didn't get back to the cheeses. We have an amazing cheese, tons of wonderful different flavored cheeses. And then we have all of our salamis. I mean, we have our breads, we have breadsticks. I mean, yeah, you could go crazy. We got great cookies out there. Making a picnic basket would be no problem whatsoever.
Hey, Don, I have a quick
Or is
question.
the deli? Oh, sorry, Andy, go ahead.
No, sorry, Aces. I wanted to jump in because I noticed you had mentioned you have the gluten-free items, and you had, it seems like you do cater to a lot of different lifestyles. So if somebody had dietary restrictions, it still seems like they can come there and meet all of their needs.
I mean, I'm definitely nothing like a Costco or a Walmart or anything, but yeah, I try to buy items so that if the person's standing there and is gluten-free, at least they can get a cookie mix and they can get a pasta and they can get, so I don't necessarily have a section where it says gluten-free. They're kind of, the products are kind of intermittent with everything else. Does that make sense? Intermittent, is that a word? Anyways.
Well, we're using it as a word now, Don.
Okay, yeah, 'cause I do make up my own words, let me tell you.
And so the next thing I wanted to ask you about was actually you piqued my interest with those bags, the soup bags. Is that what they were? So all the ingredients, I've never seen that before. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, so basically you add what you want. Like on the back, it'll give you the directions, like you can add chicken, you can add vegetables, you can add your chicken stock. It's just you follow the directions. And the nice thing is you just add whatever you want. Like you just open up your refrigerator and throw in all the veggies. It's really good soup, and we do sell a lot of it. And I just like it because it's a clean product. There's no natural flavors in it. It's just a clean product. And I am very much always looking for clean products. Now, the store is not full of clean products. There's a lot of stuff in there that isn't, but I also keep my eye out for clean products too.
So with that in mind, Don, how do you decide what products to bring into the store? Because it seems like you're very selective about what products you choose to offer at the farm store. How do you make that decision?
It's all from my gut. It's weird because I know what I like. Like, I don't really go for coconut. So you're not going to see a lot of coconut in the store. Whereas someone else who was a buyer who liked coconut would probably buy more coconut. I look for certain products that are a little bit different. I'm very picky. I mean, I see so many sales reps who just want you to buy everything. And you're looking at them like, I don't want to put beach stuff in a farm store. You know, I'm very specific as to what I want. When I see something and I like it, then I know it's what I want. And when I don't, so I'm very specific. And the salespeople that I work with have learned, I go, yes, 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 no, 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 no. Cause you know, they want you to buy everything. And it's like, and I've had to learn through the years how to really be tough with that and to say no. And you know, it's so funny because I'll buy some things or I'll buy things and then I'm shocked that it sells, or then I'm really shocked that it didn't sell. And you're like, man, I was so off on that purchase. And then other things you're like, I was right on. So it's just a hit and miss. You just kind of go with your gut. I've been doing it long enough that I kind of know what I think looks good and what I think people will like, you know. When I see people spend a lot of money here and walk out, I'm like, yep, they shop like I, you know, they like what I like. So I just kind of go with my gut. I also will bring people with me when I go to the fancy food show in January, but of course that didn't happen this year. Yeah. But next year it'll come back up. That's where we go, and it's just a food fantasy, and we're able to taste so many of the products, and so many of what I buy is there. And then I bring other people with me. So I listen to them and I say, well, do you like this? What do you think about this? Because I'm only one person. So I try to get as much feedback. Because let me tell you, people will sell you stupid stuff and they will sell you things. I think one of my biggest challenges is the people that sell drinks. You know, they come up with this fancy new drink, which really isn't new. It's just different packaging. And then they want you to sell it, and then you never see them again. So I've become pretty tough on people that sell drinks. I get really like, oh, you know, because there's so many, you know, and they're here today and they're gone tomorrow. So drinks are always a challenge.
And speaking of which, actually, I did want to mention the milk that you have there. The strawberry milk is amazing. So that,
Yeah,
and
good.
so yeah, I could have like a bottle of the strawberry milk and the churro bites, and I would be happy for the entire day. So again,
yeah, it's really good. The milk is good. We really like it too.
Yeah, my preference is, so I love what also the decoration that you've done.
Thank you.
It almost feels to me like one of those little general stores you'd see in the movies. You just walk in and you get that feeling. So I've loved when I first walked in, the feeling, and then you have the great gift section, and then you've got the produce and all of the different food products. So thank you for that. But I know that Andy, you also wanted to ask Dawn a few questions. You've got a couple of things that you wanted to chat with her about. So I'm going to hand it over to you to chat with Dawn.
Well, thank you so much, Jesus. And thanks, Dawn, for all of that. I must admit, I have not yet been to the farm store. So I'm very excited to be able to check some things out. So with that, though, I had a quick side note question. I'm curious, where is the farm store located?
So it's located across the street from the main campus. That's a big challenge to find us because everybody wants to go on the campus. We're across the street on Temple. So there's a big white fence and we're right behind that. It's a big red building. We have a big sign that says farm store. There's two entrances. There's one coming off of South Campus and there's one coming off of University. We are not on the main campus. We are across the street. So people get a little bit confused and lost. Once you find us, and the interesting thing about that is if they would have just built this store on that dang Temple, the parking lot would have to be as big as the field, but they wanted it to be an experience. So they wanted you to drive in and experience the agriculture and see how beautiful it is and see our vineyard and see our rose gardens. And, you know, they wanted that. So I understand that people that come to this store, this is not a one-stop store. They're going to have to go to Walmart or Target or Vons or wherever they shop to get the rest of their stuff. So it's an experience. We sell this more as an experience. And once we've got you in, and of course, come on, our produce is the best. Our produce is coming right off the field. It stays in your refrigerator so much longer. It tastes so much better. I mean, the produce it just sells itself. So people come in specifically. And right now we have the strawberries. The strawberries are off the charts right now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. I was sold on the honey. Everything else, I'm like, whoa, blow.
Yeah, the honey's great. Yeah.
Well, we are going to move on. Oh, Brian, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just had one follow-up question. So now we know where you are, Don. What are your hours so that our guests know?
We are open every day, 10 to 6, except your major holidays. But we are
Okay.
open every day. We also have a wonderful nursery that that could be another podcast for you guys, is what goes on with our nursery and the growing and what goes on here. It's amazing.
All
All right, well,
right.
perfect. I'll transition to you, Andy.
Yeah, thanks. Great question, Brian. Because I'm trying to figure out how I can get there during lunchtime, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, come on over.
So we are going to transition into our tip, trick, or hack portion of the podcast. So this is where you share with our audience a tip, trick, or hack that you have found useful or helpful. This doesn't necessarily have to be related to the farm store, but something personal to you. So
Okay, well, a life-changing thing that I found out about a year ago is a YouTube person. The name of his YouTube channel or whatever is Flave, Flave City. And he has completely changed my diet more than anybody else. And, you know, I've grown up in the food industry. My degree is from the Collins. I teach, I'm the Serve Safe instructor here on campus, and I teach the university, extended university. And I've read a lot about this and that, and, you know, constantly nutrition magazines and blah, blah, blah. He has changed. You know, you think I'd know his first name. That's so funny, but it's Flave City. It's on YouTube, and he goes into Costco, Walmart's, Vaughn's, Aldi's, Trader Joe's, and he takes the products and he explains to you why something is good for you and why it's not. And like olive oil, well, you would think that olive oil, you know, we just go and we buy our olive oil, right? Without even thinking twice about it. Well, he will explain to you what the best olive oil and how much of the olive oils that we buy are rancid. And so he has changed my diet the most of anybody or anything that I've been. So that's been that's my trick. I passed him on to everybody possible. It's free. He's funny. He has a little girl and his wife, and they cook once a week. I really don't watch their cooking stuff. I just listen to his Costco runs, his Aldi runs, his Target. So yeah, he does Target too. He does them all. So that's I mean, if you're into nutrition and really into, like, I only grass feed, you know, grass fed, not only it's got to be grass fed all the way through, not grain finished. And he teaches you that you got to, what type of eggs you need to buy and what kind of milk you need to buy and why you need to buy it and why this is bad for your body. And the biggest change I've made is I really try not to eat anything with natural flavorings in it, because we all look at natural flavorings as, oh, it's natural. No, you have no idea what they're putting into your body. So, and if you really start looking at your, start looking at start reading your ingredients, you'll find out how much natural flavorings are in foods. And I've really tried to quit buying those and trying to clean up my diet. So that's my tip. That's been one of my changing things of my life, which has been great.
that's a wonderful tip. And it's a subject that often we talk about in our podcast, is just because over the last year, we've changed so much in terms of how we eat, how we exercise, some of it great, some of it not. And so I think it's a great tip. Does anybody have any questions for Don before we move on to the next part?
No questions, but yeah, hopefully we'll be able to, at the airing of this, make sure that we have the website address available.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That would be great. I know the
Flave
family would
City.
appreciate it. I just think we pick up something, we think that it's good for us because of the packaging on the outside, and it's not. It's just not.
Like when
So,
it's all natural and
well, now what does that mean? That means nothing. And so, yeah, the buzzwords, and then you start reading your labels and really start reading your labels, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, this is not good. And so the food industry, you have to be really careful with what they're selling to you, because it's all about money. And so, yeah, I think, I mean, if you're into that, if not, even just pull up a podcast or one of his YouTube videos and watch one. And pretty soon you're like, oh, dang, like, I kind of like what he's saying. So that's my tip.
I love
All
it.
right, Don. Well, thank you for your tip. We'll check out Flave City and we'll make sure to put that in the video so that our guests can see as well. So we have
Awesome.
one more one more thing for you and I'll hand it off.
And so with the lightning round done, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And what I'd like you to do is respond to the question as quickly as possible. And
Okay.
so some of them might be quite simple, might take a second to think about it, but I'm just going to fire off the questions to you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, Don, do you prefer texting or talking?
Talking.
Favorite day of the week?
Probably Sunday.
Favorite city in the US besides the one you live in?
Oh, Newport Beach.
Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Oh, I would love to speak every language of the world. Yes.
Favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
How long does it take for you to get ready?
20 minutes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
Off the charts. 11.
What is
Now,
your
my
favorite?
husband would not agree with that.
What is your favorite junk food?
Well, chocolate is it, but I'm learning the good chocolate to eat. I don't eat a lot of junk food, but yeah, I would say licorice is kind of good.
The licorice lady chocolate.
Yeah. I
Okay.
love cookies and brownies though. Those are my favorite too.
Invisibility or super strength?
Probably super strength.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets?
I'm getting a lot better. I would say probably a 9.
If
The
you
older
could
I get, the more I keep my mouth shut.
if you could travel back in time, what period would you go to?
That's a good one. I read a lot of books. I would probably, oh man, I don't know. That's a tough one because they all have their really difficult challenges.
You do.
Probably the 20s, maybe. It'd be kind of fun to see all the roaring 20s and all that kind of stuff that was going on. Maybe after, yeah. But I
Where
kind of like where we are today.
Where is the place you most want to travel to?
Oh, I have lots of places. I want to go to Spain.
Spain, me too. Favorite childhood TV show?
Oh, probably Happy Days.
And what is your favorite number?
Probably 7.
7. Yes. Awesome. Well, those are our questions for lightning round today. Thank
Oh,
you,
they were
Don,
so-
for participating.
They're so good, Andy. Great answers, Don. I was wanting to answer myself.
I know. It's so hard to not have a conversation about each of the questions.
Yeah,
after-
exactly.
Yes.
All right, Brian, I'll pass it back over to you.
All right, well, thank you, Andy, and thank you, Don, for joining us today. We really appreciate getting to know you a little bit better and getting to know the farm store a little bit better. I think we know a little bit more about the mission, where you guys are located, and the community that you reach out to. And one more time, if you want to give us your location and hours, just so we can make sure that all of our guests have those, and then I'll sum it up.
So we're located across the street from the main campus on Temple. You'll see a big white fence in October. Usually those are full of pumpkins. We're open every day 10 to 6, except major holidays we're closed. We also take Bronco Bucks and meal points, cash, credit cards. We take it all. So if you have Bronco Bucks or meal points and you need to spend them, this is the best place to come and spend them at.
All right, well, perfect. I think that was the best conclusion. Well, thank you for coming today, Don. We really appreciate having you. And we hope to see you again. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about the nursery next time.
Yeah, I think you guys should definitely do one on the nursery. Yep, they do very well, very, very well. Mhm.
Yeah, we'll have to connect with you guys. So, Jesus,
Keep learning, keep growing, keep doing. Stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you next time. So thank you, Don. Thank you, everybody. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day.
thank you, Don.
Hey.
Perfect. And you're still in frame. It's all that matters.
I finally got my Cal Poly stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to, at one point, you're going to have to show your stuff. President Coley would be proud. All right, Miguel, you counted in when you're going to launch recording.
I already launched it, so we're good.
All right.
Well, there we have
Whatever.
bloopers already.
All right, Brian.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
the
go ahead.
bloopers.
Yeah, exactly.
Hand it off to Miguel so he can do our lightning round.
Actually, that is going to be myself. We'll be doing the lightning round.
Okay. I'll hand
Okay.
it off to
Oh,
Andy
took
to
it
do the
away from
lightning
Miguel.
round.
Miguel, you just got demoted.
Give it back.
So Jesus, you want to do the keep learning, keep growing?
Well, why
I
should
want
I?
you
You
to
just
do it. I love it so much. I want you to
Hey,
conclude.
Jesus, do you want to do the keep learning, keep growing, so everybody keep learning and whatever Brian said.